Hi everyone, thanks for joining us for Northern Ag TV, brought to you by BNSF Railway. They're committed to partnering with farmers in good times and challenging ones to get grain from the elevator all the way out to the export terminal. Well, recently I had the chance to visit with Senator Tim Sheehy, and we talked about the freshly passed budget reconciliation. There's a lot included in that bill, but Senator Sheehy was most proud of the tax provisions that he said will go a long ways towards keeping family farms on the land.
This averted the largest tax increase in the history of mankind. And of course, some of those provisions that are key for our farmers and ranchers in Montana. Number one is the estate tax. If you're in a family with a lot of assets like ag families, or you got land, you got tractors, you have equipment, you have buildings, you have a lot on that balance sheet, your family is going to get taxed on that after you die. That's a disincentive for American families to stay in ag. So the death tax, we want to get rid of it completely, but we raise the cap, $30 million per family, so that you can pass that farm and ranch on and not have to sell it to pay down the tax exposure that the family has.
Senator Sheehy also pointed to the importance of equipment expensing provisions that he said will provide tax advantages for producers to purchase equipment and invest in their operations.
There's not a whole lot of small family business that have to buy millions of dollars of equipment over the years, combines, tractors, and that's a huge difference in tax treatment. So there's a lot of different tax code provisions here that are very, very good for Montana's producers. And I think it's important we remember that because, we got to keep feeding America and the rest of the world.
Well, there's been a lot of discussion in recent years about the concern with foreign investment in U.S. agricultural land. In fact, a new map from USDA showed 930,000 acres in just Montana owned by entities in foreign countries. Senator Sheehy told me he's co-sponsored legislation to safeguard rural communities and protect American farmland from concerning investments, especially those from adversarial countries like China, Iran, and Venezuela.
How do we stop adversaries from literally buying our country? How do we stop them from showing up and buying our country from us, from out from under our feet? It's not like we want to stop all foreigners from making common sense investments in Montana because we want that business, we want those jobs, but we have to have a mechanism to make sure we know who it is. And if it's not somebody we want, it's one of our adversaries is trying to buy farmland around Malmstrom Air Force Base, guess what? We don't want that. So we have to have a process to stop that. So we're working on that as one of the co-sponsors for the Farm Act. That will help provide transparency and ensure that that's disclosed when it's happening, and then we have a mechanism to stop it.
And Senator Sheehy's also been vocal in his support of legislation to remove the grizzly bear from the endangered species list. He said the bear has been recovered for years now, and with Wyoming native Brian Nesvik set to lead the Fish and Wildlife Service, hopefully management of the bear will soon be returned to states.
This is a sign of success. This is a sign that the program has worked, that we have recovered that population, and now we're simply saying now it's becoming overpopulated and it's becoming harmful for surrounding communities, from livestock to human-bear interactions. We have to have a way to protect the livestock and protect our communities. So I think it's about time we delist, because I know for producers all across the Northern Rockies it's a concern, and we're going to keep working on it.
The House Natural Resource Committee did approve legislation to delist the bear last week on a party line vote. Thanks for joining us for today's report. I'm Colter Brown. Have a great day.